God is good.
All the time.
And all the time.
God is good.
And that is his nature. Indeed, he is excellent. So it's my great privilege and pleasure to welcome all of you to this function. And thank you so much for having waited as we did the other function. So I think it's a good thing that we start with a word of prayers. And also a few words, isn't it? A few words from the Bible. I don't know about you, but every time it gets to Friday evening, in my heart there's a song. We get ready for that Sabbath on Friday. And you say, Friday is a busy day. And then you sing, when the sun goes down on Friday, it's Sabbath, it's a holy Sabbath day. So for me, I will tell you, happy day. And then you tell me happy Sabbath. Happy day?
Happy Sabbath.
Happy Sabbath?
Happy day.
Okay, that's what I believe, that a day has begun. You know, there are people in the world who seem to be different. Being raised an SDA, raising my children as an SDA. I remember one time our firstborn running home. She was in Vega Primary and she said, Mama, my teacher marked me wrong and I know I'm right. So I said, what was the question? Which is the day of worship? And our daughter going to church on Saturday said, Sabbath is Saturday. And the teacher said, no, it is Sunday. So she came home and cried. So I had to sit her down and I tell her, you see, this is what we believe in. We read the Bible and everybody understands this differently. So I started raising her with the awareness that you will go to places where people will think you are crazy. And indeed it happened. One day we were in the same class in the university. We were doing MA in human rights. So we agreed that we shouldn't say we are mother and daughter because her name is different. She's a married girl and my name is different, so people didn't know. Until one day the class agreed that we are going to have a party somewhere in Ngongo for a nice hotel. We contributed for a goat, and actually they had the goat slaughtered. But on the day of the party, they're seeing our place are not having any goats. And then I think she forgot and said, Mom, and then she said, the two of you, no wonder you're always together. Even your mother and daughter. And then they were asking, see now what you have done to your daughter. You don't eat these things and you also made her not eat. But the truth is I never made her not to eat. She decided on her own. So we have grown up with that. You reach a place where you are different, but you have to coexist. But I hope one day we shall all come to an agreement of all these things. Okay, my next book is on cast in stone. I'm writing about the law of God, which is cast in stone, which will never change. As for today, I want to tell my sister, I know we have talked a lot. Actually, I am amazed at how loved she is by our staff. They were crying when they were saying bye-bye to her. And they have said such lovely things. But for me, I would just want to leave you with one word. And I tell this story of a man who went on a honeymoon with his wife. And as they were going, their father gave them a gift. He told them, I've already booked for you in such and such a country, just travel. And here is your gift. It was a Bible. Do you know they never opened the Bible? It was nicely zipped. So they went to this foreign country, and of course reaching there, those days there were no phones to call home and say, which hotel? So they really suffered, and they had to come back home, because they didn't have a place to live, they couldn't get where they were going. When they came home, their father asked them, did you look at the Bible? When they opened, the instructions were there, everything, hotel fully paid, everything. Imagine they came back so miserable because they didn't read the manual. Some people have said that planet Earth is a spaceship without a manual. I choose to differ. Actually, the Bible is our guide. So long as you have the Bible, and that's why I was so excited yesterday when I saw 23 ladies who want Bibles, and I said I will go and skip my lunch so that I can buy for them, because for me I believe it's a very important document. and it will help you. It has everything. So wherever you go, so long as you have your Bible and you read it, you will find answers to almost everything. Yes, and even the work we do as judges and magistrates, actually it's a godly work. Do you know that this world will end with judgment? And even us, the judges will be judged. So my short 35 years in the judiciary have shown me always do the right thing. And when you don't do the right thing, there are people who do the wrong thing and they seem to be prospering. But I've seen like, somebody having wings of wax and going near the sun. When the sun is hot, those wings will come and you see people tumbling down and you say, I didn't know this would happen, So just always do the right thing, and the Bible is there. God has left everything. I will leave you only with one verse which says that, Psalms 32 verse 8. It says that I will teach you and instruct you in the way that you should go. I will guide you with my eye, looking at you. So God has promised to guide you. And the Bible always says, ask. In fact, the amazing thing is that the Bible does not tell us to do. It tells us just to ask and God will do for us. And I've already shared my stories, what God has done for me, and many more in the book launch. I'm inviting all of you, by the way, on 10th of this month to a virtual book launch. I'm already pre-recorded, so that day I will just be streaming it in the evening. So it's a story of faith, and I'm glad that Honorable CK, as the staff call her, CK, she is a woman of faith. Actually, what I heard is about her faith, and she never accepts failure. And staff was saying, we would be organizing something, but we don't have money. And she's saying, let's keep on organizing. And then the last minute, they find the money and do the function. So you've inspired our staff, you've inspired me, and today I have welcomed you officially by faith to the High Court as Honorable Lady Justice Cecilia Kidinji. Amen. So remember, always to consult your Bible.
I thank you very much for coming for this meeting. It is also a fairway location for one of us who is primarily a member of the bench, but also a member of the hall, which is the bar bench committee, Honorable Cecilia Kidinji. As members of the bench, I would like to formally apologize for the delay in our joining new members. It is because of another associated function which was just taking place downstairs. Justice Ongeri has already done the opening prayers. She said she was well today, and even for the other function, she came late. I don't know whether the best thing is for us all, each one of us, to introduce ourselves, but obviously we are late, and the prayers have been said. We are positive, better late than never. We get going, basically. And I am told also there is an item on RRI which is got to do with some taxation of the matters in the High Court, which is at the heart of both the High Court and the legal fraternity, I think. If I would say that, I think it is all understood among us. So it's got to do with fees for legal services. So one of us will, I think, will introduce that matter before before we go to the other functions, to see if it can be handled before other matters, including dinner. With those few remarks, I would like to ask Mr. Manyumba if he has anything to say, and then we move on from there.
When Jesus was going away, the one question that was bothering the disciples was who he was going to live in their midst. And then he said he will send the Holy Spirit. So as you are living, of course, we don't know who is coming to replace you. I don't know whether you know. It may not be known to the public. So that in the same way Jesus was asked and he clarified, you can do so. Speaking about you on my part, I have had an experience here for the number of years I've been here. As you are leaving, I'll tell you what I told the Honorable Edward Murray. I've not heard of him lately, but he was a magistrate here one time. He was a not chief magistrate, he was the head of the station in the early 2011, 2012, thereabouts. And when I looked at him, and from my observation of him, I told him very respectfully, I told him that I think one day you will make judge, you will become a judge. And he laughed. But eventually, ultimately, he became a judge. So when we met with the truth and reality of what had become of him upon my prediction, when I met him, he was a little embarrassed to meet me because of the accuracy of what I had predicted. So as you leave, let me take the opportunity to say the same thing of you. That I wish and I think you have what it takes. I don't know how those others view you and others as they make their analysis as appreciation of the officers that they eventually make judges. But one day, maybe, hopefully, God willing, we may meet you in the corridors of justice when you are wearing the mantle of a judge, the same way I predicted that Honorable and now Judge Muridi was to be a judge. I did the same thing of Honorable Onyango Tiam. We used to have a, what we call lorry here. I don't know what to call it in English. He was an advocate of many years standing. And we made a joke about with him, and he eventually became a judge. So I happen to have this knack for predicting that people will become judges, and they go on to become judges. So I'll say the same thing. Yes, and without taking too much time, I want to appreciate all my friends who have come. Mazige leaving his baby child with its mother alone, coming to this get together. I had not known my learned friend Mr. Idris's family. I met his wife today. And I also appreciate the people, my colleagues who have been in this committee, such as Wamura and Jamu, who've worked in conjunction, in collaboration with Madam Sitian and others to make this event a success. We commend you personally for what you've done. And we know you've worked very hard. Keep it up that way. And you'll go very far. Yes, so with that, with those few remarks, we appreciate you also, Judge. something was said about you looking young, but now I realize it's true. Because you're looking younger than I mean, you're not looking like a person that is retiring at all, Judge. So we wish you a long life, a very long life in passing. So, and Banashada Kazungu also, he's all over. He's a Mombasa-based advocate, but he's a Voi-based advocate because he's all over the place. We appreciate him as our own member, but he happens to play and bat very, very wide in his practice.
And because I knew we were going to meet here, and I have been requested. Our taxation matters have a 60-day period, from date of filing to date of conclusion. Sometimes we meet that target, sometimes we don't. And because of this transition, I realized the CM is going away, I'm concluding my part hands. Those dates will be bypassed. If we wait for things to settle down by end of January, about 30 matters will be bypassed. The Registrar High Court had authorized that if I realize that timelines will go and the taxation matters are not done, I send them to Nairobi. They will allocate a DR from the Milimani court to deal with them. But now I need your approval for that to happen, so that they don't have to wait beyond the 60 days period. So I need the approval that the bar bench is agreeable to some form of an RRI, so that any fresh matter coming in that I have not set down for ruling goes to another deputy registrar. It is taxed. We share the link, the notices, and we can review that position in the next bar bench in February, March. So that is just the formal agenda before you go to the rest of the program.
So members, that is a proposal for consideration by this meeting, bar bench meeting. I don't know what honorable members think, because as I have said, really a matter of some fees. It is of interest to the judiciary. It is also of interest to legal practitioners. But as the DR has said, the one who does that job, that is because of this transition, right now she might not be able to do that in good time. So what do members say? Ultimately also, I don't know, some of us are not experts in these taxations. I don't know whether you'll be required to go to Nairobi for that taxation or what, but that I think you know it better. So what do you say, members? So that we write minutes, which I can sign and then we send to Nairobi if it is approved. It's not forget to approve.
My opinion on the same. Noting the way the caseload in Milimani is, even the timelines which Honorable Kipinji is referring to, if those matters are taken to Milimani, it's more than likely that it would even take longer for those matters to be determined. So we'd rather wait for that, even if it will bypass the 60 days by an extra 30 or even 60 days, it will still be fine. Because if those matters are referred to Milimani, we know the problems at Milimani with the kind of caseload they have. Probably it will take even longer before parties are eventually heard. So my proposal is that she can still take her time. The members of the bench, I think, will be patient enough to wait.
If there is a way, they can assign a DR even if it is Milimani, but handling now the VOI matters in a specific day for taxation, so that it can save time. Instead of our files being taken to Milimani, and then because of the case the backlog, we might have dates. You are before the DR, but you will get a date maybe March next year. But if it is possible for them to have arrangements whereby there is someone who is acting temporarily for the time being, but those matters being handled, but we get dates for if that is possible, then it will save us.
Apologies, there will be a specific deputy registrar assigned. I have draft directions that says that following draft, that after this Burbage meeting, parties will get directions to file submissions within 7 days each, and matter be mentioned on 19th of December 2024, and a DR has already been appointed. A new one who is coming into Milimani, who already does not have matters for Milimani. So the fears around backlog might be resolved by that. So by 19th of December, you have directions to confirm filing of submissions for the ones that have already been filed. So that might be good to take care of the cold stream. So I already have draft directions in the event that I get the approval. I have a name of the DR.
You can share the name.
Vincent Kiplagat.
Anybody who knows Vincent, Honorable Vincent Kiplagat?
So comfortable with having our matters in Milimani, and we might end up not having even a deputy registrar based in Voi. So
So you're raising a
we are in
different
fear.
issue.
We are in fear.
Okay.
Elizabeth, Isika can say something about that issue, because I one day overheard her say some things about Milimani Court that I shook me a little. Maybe she can say to the plenary what she was whispering to me in private.
I'm just afraid. I don't have many DR matters, but I happen to have several matters in Milimani High Court and also in Milimani Commercial Courts. And Milimani is a very complex place. To start with, once the file go that way, you may even have a problem of tracing the files. I'd rather we just wait for a DR to come. Unless, I don't know who is replacing Honorable Gidenji, but I believe the person who comes should be able to check up that mantle. Milimani is very complex. Once files go that way, you can even stay for a year without even locating the file to have a date for it. And also, they also have their work, and it may now become difficult for them to combine their work plus work from another station. We have seen what is happening with the RRI, what they call decongestion. Some matters are taken to some courts and nothing ever happens. We are adjourned and adjourned and adjourned and adjourned. So I think it depends on the particular person who is assigned to the matter. But if someone is assigned to someone who feels like I'm being given too much work, they will not do it. So I don't know. Maybe we can try our chances, but if they were being assigned to someone in Mombasa, it would be easier for us to follow up. But Milimani is too complicated.
If we go that route to Milimani, I see where we'll be falling. It will not be favorable to us, because our files will take some time to be completed. Even the way the speaker is saying, times tracing files in Milimani becomes a problem. You are here in Voi, you call someone from Milimani High Court Registry. You talk to this person in the morning, then you will say, I'll look for that file. And then make several calls, your calls will go unanswered. And then at the end you look for someone. So you will call like even 5 court assistants to assist you. but what all. At the end, you'll be told to do a letter requesting for the debt. You do a letter, but the time you will get a debt, sometimes even you feel like, can I make an application to just withdraw my part and part bill, of course, because it's taking too long. That is a comment.
Okay, any other views?
Okay,
Yes.
if I may just add on what my colleagues have said, I think in as much as the proposal to have the matters go to Milimani seem to be good, but I think it will be comfortable maybe if we let them stay here. I think there will be also high pressure that at least to get someone who will come and deal with them from Voi. So my view is that we just wait for the transition period. We believe that maybe it will not be long, but if it passes, then we can go for another avenue.
And the views have been expressed like that. Is there any need for a vote?
No.
I'm curious, you as chair, or not the speaker, but something almost near there. I think the nays, they have it. It's one of these things. So the minutes will be written that basically we have decided we hold on for a while. I don't know whether is it very important because it has been it has not been passed. Is it necessary to write that minute or just leave it? When they are circulated, they can look like we are doing whatever. I don't know.
My lord,
Eh?
my concern would be for the ones that Honorable Kithinji perhaps will encounter between now and the time that is up to the 20th. So is that agreed then, that no advocate will be expecting that Honorable Kithinji would be carrying any taxations or bills to go and complete from wherever she is? Because she also has quite a bit of workload in the CM court. So by saying that let's wait, we mean that we wait even if there are those that are already ripe for the time to start running. Or you?
My proposal was that if she can do the rulings, but at her own pace. Maybe what the advocates are saying is that we are not going to put pressure that we want rulings immediately. It might take a few months, but we are willing to wait. If she's willing to do the rulings, but at her own pace, after she's done with the transitions, the bills that have already been filed. Yes. Yeah.
You can clarify. The DR said that she has instructions. This is Kipinji. She has instructions to stop the pen where she has where things have reached for taxation matters because of the transition. So it means that the ones that are still there pending, they will have to wait for the short period within which we will be pushing to get a replacement DDR.
That is okay.
Basically, to avoid going to the high seas of Nairobi, where you don't know whether they are sharks or they are whatever. I don't know.
Maybe if there's a DR that is being appointed from Nairobi, then it will be fine as long as maybe the physical files still remain here. Because I think most of the fears of the advocates is once files are moved there, they disappear. But if we have a DR who's appointed from there to handle the taxations from here and we get a date, so we have our fears about that, we can go that way, because if she has indicated that she's not going to deal with them, then I think we might have to swim with those sharks in Nairobi for a bit. Maybe we take that date for the 19th and we see how it goes.
try to push Nairobi together.
Yes.
For using whatever means we have, all of us, for the beer, for the replacement beer. If we do that, I think we'll get somewhere.
Yeah.
So nafikiri hiyo tumemaliza. Thank you very much for that lively discussion. Basically, today was a bar bench meeting for all of us here. The major purpose was, there are other matters, but it was a farewell get together on transfer for Honorable Bidinji and Honorable Idris. I will start with Honorable Idris. Initially, when I made a few remarks, I had not seen his name there in the card, maybe because of my short sight. I reminded Mr. Munyunga, and I think he regularized the situation. The Idris has been in Taveta for quite some time. We know him. He is going on transfer towards, is it Garsenio? Okay. Pegetoni. Hold on. Pegetoni is the one. Say wana ile katoni. Do you know there is a tree called Impeketo? There is a tree that you cut those sticks. It has three. Somewhere it has three. Today at Africa, when you do this, makes you a lot of very good soup. Yeah, that tree has something to do with that, but I understand that. I understand this one has to do with the cartons. Maybe in siasa wa Swahili, don't worry. We are also Swahilis. So basically, it's going to Pegetoni. I hope you have been there before. I mentioned that there is somebody called Israel whom I met at Serena, and I think he went to do some sports in Arusha from Serena. Last week we were in Serena for a seminar. He was recently sent there, so I'm not sure whether you are going to become part of one team or maybe he has been transferred to that one. But if you have not been there before, it is not very far from my native home. The only thing that in the recent past, there are some areas of the road which have had some security issues, but the town itself has been okay. I think the people are also alright. But you know, there are some certain areas, including Garissa, where I used to work, where you need to be careful about your movements and associations and so on. So when you go there, you should talk to the other judicial officers if there are any. They might the other staff in the judiciary, they will know how to, what tends to happen or how to conduct yourself. There is no magic about that. It's not anybody's whatever, and nobody is an expert, and there is no scare, because in Kenya now it's basically sometimes a volatile situation. So going to Peketoni, we wish you the best. Honorable Kibinji has been my dear, and also I'm principal magistrate in Goi. We have worked together generally well, and I think also other side of interest, the lawyers have worked with her. As far as I'm concerned, I don't have a complaint, because for me ile huyo nani anasema, Profesa Lumumba anasema Kilatini kingi amesema amefundishwa sijui na Profesa Ujwang, that not all things are subject to litigation or resolution by courts or anything. In fact, in real life, if you find things are going very smoothly, everything seems to be problem free. Know that things are not moving anyway, and you will not be developing. You will get challenges here and there, because that is the nature of life. What I think myself is not what you think. What Mr. Manyumba thinks is not what I think, and so on and so forth. Kwa hiyo pata tuzungumze mara nyingine, naelewa, mara nyingine sielewi. The mistake is not yours. The mistake is actually mine. So we have been discussing, and with Honorable Gidungi, and the beauty of it is that when we discuss, we agree. This is what we do, and it has happened, and that is satisfaction as far as I'm concerned. She is going to Kitui. I've been there just on tour one day. I went and slept there in a hotel. It looked a bit cooler than Voi, and I wish her the best. It is part of the judiciary. Me, I'm somewhat on also getting out of Voi, but generally on retirement. It is just a coincidence that we are going around the same time. It's not engineered. My exit is not engineered by her. Her exit is not engineered by me. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is your sherehe ya kuwasherekea wenzetu. I'm one of you. Mtaendelea na kuendelea kama vile mnaona ni sawa sawa. Sina neno kwa hayo mengi ama machache. Nasema asanteni sana kwa kufika, na the synergy of togetherness here in Voi should continue. And also don't forget our sister and brother who have gone. Siku moja kupiga simu si vibaya, si ndivyo? Ndio hivyo basi. Sasa ndio hivyo, kazi inaendelea. Nafikiria iko bana. Oh, tunapewa sisi. Thank you so much.
Which county? We want her to open. Yeah, because we don't know the mechanism. Tutaka fungue tuone mechanism yake. Maybe this test. Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Kuna vitabu hapa muendelee kusoma. Na maji tunakata juu yako. Wambura. Amba kuja uwapatie keki. Wanataka ubebe ni wajua. Tunaanza wapi? Bado ngoja. Tunakulisha nataka ile. Sawa. Haya, sweet candy. Haya, Wambura. Unapatia ya bye bye. Haya, DPP kuja waambie mwenzako bye.
Ngoja hapa nini?
Yes, bwana. Alafu kidogo sio sana. Ni birthday ni yako. Na maji tunakata.
Madam, nataka nilishe huyu bwana alikuwa process wangu for 2 weeks.
marafiki majirani ndani wote tunajibamba. Sisi ni walevi, sisi ni walevi, napenda kamwezo, napenda kamwezo. Sisi ni walevi, sisi ni walevi.
Moja tule keki. Kuja. Kwa nini utaki keki? Kwa nini ya tena kuna mwana?
Sisi ni walevi, sisi ni walevi, napenda kamwezo, napenda kamwezo. Nikuwa na marafiki, furaha. Nikuwa na marafiki, furaha. Nikulewa na marafiki. Tunajipanga.
Wasioma.
Awote. Tiki taka, tiki taka, tiki taka. Tiki taka, tiki taka, tiki taka. Furaha. Nikuwa kwa majina ni yani
haikuingia hiyo.
sherehe tumefika. Sherehe tumefika. So happy.
Hakuna bado.
Tumekuzunguka wote. Wote
There's something boiling up.
I don't know what we're discuss. Oh, come on, discuss. Oh. Ai, lakini.
Today has been a very fruitful day, or a day of blessings. Because Mr. Tomno is exiting, Honorable Sinkian is exiting. Sorry. Honorable Kidinji is exiting, and I remember when we settled for this date, there were some proposals, see, and then we settled for this day, and then by good luck, we are saying goodbye, and then this morning I received some blessings, see, so this is a day I will live to remember, that I've been in the profession, and we are saying bye to friends we have worked together, and then at the same time I'm receiving a precious gift which I've been waiting for so long. To Mr. Tomno, I think when you came to Taveta, even day one in court, probably we met in either Honorable Ndungi or yes, Kapoya and Honorable Adisa. And I will say that through the engagement since you came to now, I'll say we have coped well. When you see, as advocates, you'll have clients. And these clients, sometimes we share. Because you'll find sometimes I'll be representing an accused person, but sometimes I'll be watching brief for the complainant. So Mr. Tomno's client becomes also my client. And I will appreciate that when we make requests, we always comply. Sometimes we find you are watching brief and you need documents from the prosecution. You need to supply. If you are representing the accused person, the same. So I appreciate Mr. Tomno, because I'll say while you're in Taveta, I think I've done matters and obtained judgments during your stay. And while you're leaving, going to Mpeketoni, you know we have briefs all over. Might find one day I'm online saying Mr. Mwazige, and then this is Mr. Mwazige, he was within Taveta or in Voi. So as you proceed to Mpeketoni, I wish you all the best, and I believe we'll meet again. This is not the last time we are meeting. You never know the next 10, 15 years where we're going to meet. To Honorable Githinji, when I think you came to Voi, I think it should be 2020 during COVID. I'll bear witness that when she came, I remember we were covering ourselves with masks all through. So the first day I saw her, I was like, oh, she looks like this. because you'll find all through your appearing, even if it is physical, you'll find Honorable Githinji with her mask. I will also have my mask. I know myself, but I don't know her. See? So I just see her face. So I think there was a time, I think when the COVID issue scaled down, and then now we were free to use mask. It was not mandatory because you can't actually go to her court without a mask. It will be an offense because you'll be charged there and then. So when you came to Voi right now, I'll say that you have done a good job. And the way Mr. Mwanyumba said, I'm not also a prophet of doom. Mr. Mwanyumba said that he prophesied sometimes before magistrate who came here, they left, and he said that you'll be a judge one time. So today, on the 6th of December 2024, I'm prophesying that it will not take, I think it will not take more than 10 years.
Less.
It will not take more than 10 years.
That's too many years.
Yes, it will not take more than 10 years.
Oh.
I might appear before her in a high court matter, and then she's like, Mr. Mwazige, how is Voi? Because you will recall that this is the same face. Even if my camera is off, you will know this is Mr. Mwazige. Or if it is Mr. Mwanyumba, you will know it is Mr. Mwanyumba. I appreciate for the time you have been here. I've learned a lot from you, because through the arguments in court, each day is a learning experience. Today, I learned from her. Tomorrow, she will learn from me. Maybe she delivered a ruling or a judgment. I went up, and the decision maybe was overturned, and we keep moving. And that is the beauty of our profession. And I will say that for the period you have been here, you have been so good to us and efficient in what you have done so far. when I can sit down and say, maybe let me sit down and have the judgments or ruling that I had from Honorable Kevinji. There are so many. There are so many. And lastly, as you go to Kitui, you know, they always say that milima haikutani, lakini binadamu hukutana. It is very interesting because sometimes recently I appeared before Honorable Emily in Mombasa. Previously I appeared before her in Rundani. And then all of a sudden I had a matter in Mombasa, and then I saw that the matter is before Honorable Emily Momwe. Is this the same magistrate or not? And then when I looked to her court, I saw it was her. So when I said it is Mr. Mwazige, and then she looked at me, okay, the same Mr. Mwazige from Voi, because I have practiced before her. So I believe that this is not the last time we are interacting. I know, you never know in future. I might be in a particular place where maybe we meet, whether in the bar or in the bench, we never know. But I wish you all the best, and continue working hard. And as I've said, in less than 10 years, maybe we'll see an interview somewhere or a promotion somewhere that Honorable CK is now Lady Justice CK. Thank you, and God bless you. Allow me to exit because the new father in town, and I know the Children Act has some provisions that we have been advocating for our clients, but now I'm representing myself here. Yes. So that I go and do some responsibilities.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much.
I must say that it has always been pleasant to appear before you. You've always been courteous. You know, sometimes some advocates get on your nerves, but even how you handle advocates has always been with respect, and you've always been very courteous to us, and we are happy about that. We are sad to see you leave, but we know even where you're going, you will still continue to be a blessing to them as you've been a blessing to us. Because at the end of the day, what you're doing is basically a service to the people, not just here in Taveta, but throughout, wherever you can. So I don't have much to say, it's just to thank you. I think Voi has been one of the most efficient courts we've appeared in. It's one of the courts where there are, I think, few to zero complaints about the bench. And we not only appreciate you, but your colleagues. We want to say thank you. We want to say wherever you're going, go with our blessings. I also want to say it's the first time I've ever had that so many people pray for you and wish you all the best. Wish you. Maybe I would want to appear before you in the court of appeal. They're seeing you at the High Court, I'm seeing you at the court of appeal. But we wish you all the best. We wish you all the blessings. And I don't have much more to say. For Idris, same thing. You know our profession is very small. These small things we talk about. Okay? Whenever we hear there's someone somewhere there, but from the small discussions we've had that you've been very courteous. When you're writing, very courteous, very respectful. Okay, so even as we are going to Beketoni, we wish you all the best. We might appear you before, we might appear with you there. Let's maintain the same energy. And God's blessings with you and your family, the same thing. And yeah, that's all for me. Thank you.
I think when I started coming to Voi, I met Jamu. Yeah, the first time I was coming to Voi. And this is the only station or the only county that I got this kind of synergy between the bar and the bench. It was very smooth. And actually the funny thing is, Jamwen's office in Nairobi is is in Upper Ilam in Aliga, just a few minutes walk. But we have never met in Nairobi. Funny thing, we meet in Voi, where we have been together from KSL. The thing I'm trying to say that the energy that is in Voi is very different with other stations out there. It's the first station that I've had a chance to have physical bar bench meetings with judicial officers, interacting with the members of the prosecution. And I can tell you for a fact, Idris, that your colleagues in Nairobi, we don't meet this often. Actually, we are like enemies. We are there in Nairobi. It's a very different playing ground that when you come to this, when you come to Voi. And actually, the funny thing, I've enjoyed practicing in Voi, so that I visit my Nairobi office. It's a sad moment that you guys are living. We were hoping that you could stay longer. It's the first time that I had a civil matter before my first civil matter, actually. I normally do most of criminal. My first civil matter was before Honorable CK. And when I told my colleague in Nairobi that the matter is over, she was surprised because it took less than 4 months.
Did you win?
Yes. She was very surprised. I think the work ethic that she has is very good. No complaints. I know maybe she's complaining that I'm taking a lot of pro bono matters. I'd love to give back to the community. Yeah, that's why you never see me complaining about the fees. But I'm saying it's a good working relationship, and we wish you all the best wherever you are going. For Idris, too bad that you are leaving too soon. Yeah, I don't go to Taveta, it's very far. Yeah, I wish that you have been here for more. The few times that I travel with you, I can see it's very easy working with you. And I hope that wherever you go, you continue with the same energy. Otherwise, I wish you everyone all the best. Hope to see you. Maybe for Idris, maybe I see you. Yes, that one. The one who is the head of the county. Perhaps hope to see you there. And for the Sikian, maybe the Court of Appeal. Be very happy.
Kizinji kuja ukae hapa.
Sorry, something I got from the new father. For Honorable CK, wish you all the best. I hope to see you maybe for the Court of Appeal. Thank you.
Wherever you're going, please take care of yourself. I'm always praying for you. I'm watching for you. I know you will come. You have a good heart. And you're very talented in whatever you do. So just focus on your work. Focus on your work. And I wish you all the very best. Najua tutapatana. Teketuli ni hapa tu. Na sasa sisi niko na reason ya kukuja Lamu. Kuja kuja Lamu. And Madam CK, I was just telling Karen that now that she leaves, inanipatia bell. It's almost time for me to leave. Because we also joined around the same time. So your absence will be really great. We will very much miss you. What you've done to the legal fraternity about it. We brought us together. we never used to have this togetherness. I think Odpp tulikuwa huko tuko kivyetu, sasa hizi we can interact with other legal officers, so because of you. And I wish you all the very best. I'm also hoping the next time I appear before you, tutakuwa kule juu na tunakuombea. Thank you so much.
I think today we have gathered here to celebrate two of our members who have been very close. For Mr. Idris, it is unfortunate that I have not been practicing criminal law, so I have never handled any file. But I remember we met some time back in Taveta when Honorable Kapero was still there, and at least every time I appeared there, I could have 1 or 2 words, and you could give me a chance so that I do my civil matters before I let you. Because Taveta basically there are so many criminal matters than civil matters, and every time we met there, at least for the short time that we met there, we used to interact, despite the fact that we were doing criminal law and I was also practicing my civil matters. For Honorable Girinji, I think I've had so many matters before. I've prosecuted several matters that I can't even remember how many I've done before her. And I thank God that for the 4 years that she has been there, I think only 4 matters were appealed. And those ones who appealed, I think they also lost. So I think it has been a very good chance. We have learned a lot through those judgments. She has also been very instrumental in making the legal fraternity, especially within Voi, to be more active. I don't think if there are so many stations whereby you find that bar bench is being conducted physically. Most of the time it is usually virtually, and you'll only find some 2 to 3 advocates attending, others they don't attend, or you just appear there and then you mute and the video is off and then you just let it be there and then you continue doing your own submission somewhere. So I think this is the only opportunity that at least if you see people leaving the offices, coming, traveling, my brother is there, Mr. Kiwinga, police is here from Nairobi, we have all been coming here. It is because the environment and the environment that you have created in this place has been so nice together with your colleagues. I think when you tell people that Voi is amongst the most efficient stations, they might think that it is a joke, but there are some stations where by even getting a date or even communicating something from the friend, you can't get any communication. But we find that everything is moving so well. I've enjoyed practicing before you, and I wish you the very best as you move to Kitui. May God open new doors. I may not say that you become a judge. I know there are so many big positions that might be still available for you. If you become a judge, well and good. If you get a very bigger position than that of a judge, we still pray for you. May God guide you, and wish you the very best. Thank you so much.
Let me start with the CK. She has, from the first day, been on my case on this point. Every time we are in court, every time we are in meeting, say, Mr. Mutinda, just come forward. You've stayed so silent. Do you have anything to say? One day when we were saying goodbyes to the judges who were coming around, I wasn't prepared. She called me and said, Mr. Mutinda, you want to pray for us. What do you like to say? I acknowledged that has been the culture which put in us, to just believe in ourselves and to just do our work as we know and as we live in us. One thing that I always remember is the way she got her pen while in court. It has been, I have never seen anybody hold a pen in such a way. I remember that will always be something that I remember even as you go up. And when you go there, and the prophecies come to pass, please don't forget to invite us. And wish you all the best. Wherever you're going to continue, go well, do well. pia iliyoko ni nyumbani. Someday time tukipita tukienda Embu, tukipita tukia Mr. Idris tumekuwa naye Taveta. He's been so instrumental, so courteous. And sometimes he'd call and say, Mr. Mutula, don't come, I don't have witnesses. So just take out the matter. And I feel it's something, it's good that I haven't spent so much to go, and he knows that the matter will not proceed. So I also wish that when you go to Ketoni, just do that, be courteous, do your work, be honest, and dedicate yourself to service now that you are in that position. Thank you. Have a blessed time wherever you're going. As you serve the people, please be honest and serve with integrity. God bless you. Thank you.
My name is Jackson Moshire. I'm an advocate based in Mombasa, and Voi is also my station. There's a reason I say Voi is my station because I also happen to be in the Mombasa Law Society Council, where I'm a member, and I am assigned to take care of the interests of our members who practice in Voi. With me, I came with a distinguished advocate from Mombasa, Ian. I think it's your first time to be here. And he tells me he has never practiced here, so maybe he should take a few briefs and start practicing here. So we came late, sincere apologies. We had a similar function in Mombasa. We are releasing 2 of our judges to other stations, that is Justice Matheka and Justice Naikuni. We were bidding them farewell today, and we had a similar function in the afternoon, and we actually had to leave even before the conclusion for us to make it here because we really wanted to be here and bid farewell to wonderful people. Allow me to begin with Idris. Idris, how are you? I met Idris the first time in Taveta when he had a sojourn there, and I had a matter there that was involving me, but I wasn't fighting with him. I was watching brief, so we had to work together with him, and he was very kind and assisted me so well, and that's the first time I met him. You know, and nobody introduced me to him. I just visited the station and he was there, and he was very kind and guiding me and you know, showing me the prosecution file and everything. And it struck me that with big sense of humanity and kindness and what have you. And when I called, he'd always pick up. When I texted him, he'd always reply back, which is sometimes we take that for granted. It's not very usual. People ignore calls, ignore texts. When you see somebody who is ready to engage and provide you with the information that you require, no matter how small the information is, you understand that the heart of that person is good. So congratulations, Idris, and wherever you're going, I'm certain that you're going to succeed and you're going to make the best of your time there. Now to Honorable CK. I'm hearing CK to CJ, yeah? I don't know, maybe. So, but you've been such a wonderful person. You've been the reliable person that I would call from person for information, and you'll always be ready to provide that information. And we are wishing you well when you remember that you're going. And we are looking forward to the promotion that everybody else is talking about. So may God bless you indeed. I've not had so many matters before you, but the few ones that were starting now, I think now will have to be 100% against. And it has been, I must say that Voi is much warmer. The love is much warmer than Mombasa. Maybe it happens when with the small stations, like you almost know everybody. People interact more closely, and the fellowship is tighter. And I think that happens even in small churches. But when in a big church, you could be in the same church and people you never know. And that was happening in Mombasa. The people who are there and you probably never have met with them. And also the quality of a station is also determined by the quality of the people that are there. And I believe Voi has one of the best qualities in terms of human resource, from the judiciary, from our members. I mean, the cooperation is just wonderful, just awesome, and I hope that continues. Even with the new hands that are coming, with the changes. I hope the culture continues and we continue cooperating so well. So without further ado, allow me to say congratulations and all the best in your new stations. Thank you.
Msio naitwa Idris. Ule Mpeketoni kuna rafiki yangu naitwa Ruhu. Msalimie sana. Sawa. Sijui mheshimiwa nenda Israel. Mheshimiwa nenda Kitui. Nashukuru sana kwa hapa. Hata Tony sijapata lakini nashukuru bado. Ama iko. Tulia. Tulia. Nashukuru sana kwa tana nini. Mkinipa kazi nikuja. Lakini nashukuru sana. Asante.
Na mwombee hana mtu.
Hana mtu.
Bado. Anafanya hivyo.
Niko na watu.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Let me say, since I came to Voi, the station has really grown. The other day I called Frank. I had a matter and I was in Machakos and I had a plea here. So I called Frank and asked him, who is the court one? So Frank tells me, Idris is there. So I'm asking myself, who is Idris? So I tell him, please send me his number. So Frank sends me the number. So I put the number in my phone, then I thought, oh, it's Mr. Tom, no? I didn't know the other name. So thank you very much, Idris. We had a good time when you were in Taveta, when you were here. The synergy is good. This is the only place where I'm always able to maneuver my ways by asking the person on the other side of the case to stand in for me. And they do it so faithfully. So that day I talked to Idris and I told him to ask the court to put me online, which he did. And I did my case and finished very well. So that type of arrangement is not very common. And when you go to a place and people are having that synergy of working together, it's very, very, very encouraging. The same used to happen when he was in Taveta. Whenever there were issues, when the court is not sitting, he would always notify us. So Mr. Idris, as you go to Mpeketoni, please continue the good work. It's a service to people, it's a service to humanity, and God always rewards us for the good work that we do. Madam Girinch, your communication skills are just in a world of their own, whether in court, to members of the public, to the advocates, and wherever we are, you always make us feel very comfortable, very happy. And since you came to Voi, I have not had any issues. And everybody out there, you know, advocates speak. And advocates
make a lot of noise. You know, they are Kenyans. Kenyans like complaining. We have not had any complaint about you here. In fact, I was telling my colleagues that there was supposed to be something like this in Machakos. I'm not sure whether any advocate attended from what I saw last on the wall. And there are 4 judges are leaving and the magistrates are 5 people. But then when the branch rep posted, oh, there's this party, you are invited, please come, the comments that followed there, nobody was willing to go. So I'm saying that sometimes we are given gifts by God. They're just here in our midst. And it is good that we have learned to appreciate those who are good to us. So, Madam, you are a rare gem. You are a gift to humanity. What you have been doing here, please, when you go to Kitui, very few matters there. We may meet there once in a while. But when you go there, please spread, is it the love? Spread the positive energy, spread the love, spread the good ethics. Affect that community also the way you have affected us here. And I'm sure as you continue to do good, God is going to bless you. And as we look forward, we are all looking forward to better days ahead. We are looking forward to a better country. We are looking forward to a better society. And as we work towards that better society, I thank you because you have been doing your part. Please continue doing your part. We shall also try to do our part. Let's encourage everybody to do their part in making our society what we want, in making the judiciary a place where people come with a lot of confidence, with a lot of trust, a place where people believe that they will get justice when they come there. So when you go to Kitui, pass them our greetings and continue the good work, and God will bless you. I wish you well in your journey, professional journey. May you continue to climb and climb and climb. Thank you.
Mnanisikia ama pengine naongea pole pole?
Ongeza sauti.
Niongeze sauti. Kwanza mtanisamehe. Juu I think nilifaa kuongea wa kwanza. Juu I think kwa watu wote mimi ndio niliadmit wakati wa COVID. Kama kuna mwingine amekuja after hapo I think ni mwando. So to Mr. Idris, I think I am lucky to have met you. I think we met in Tabeta when you were 2 days or 1 day old there. Bado ulikuwa na umbrella ama mnaita aje ya Karuga. And you are so kind, you are so easygoing. It was nice meeting you. It has been nice interacting, doing matters with you. It has been also a learning experience. So continue the same kindness as you go to Mpeketoni. Wish you all the best. Wish you well and take care. To Madam Kidenji, I think I'm the only person pronouncing his name right. Yes, to Honorable Kidenji. Kule kwetu Wakamba wanasema Wakwitu. Wakikuyu nao kina Moshiri wanasema Modoa Nyoba, si ndio? Kule kwetu sijui hata tunasema aje. Bana, Mondo wetu. Yes. Yeye ni inamaanisha mtu wetu. Meaning we are from the same county. Unajua normally I think kama Wakisii ukikuja tu usikie kuna Mkisii mwenzako kama Mosioma akisikia tu kuna tuseme Ratemo, Nyakundi. Yaani hata sasa hivi ukimwona Jajongeri akiongea somehow wana feel yani I am home. Honorable Sinkiani akipatana na mwingine Masai hata akiona tu Kasaso tu peke yake ana feel I am home. So same thing happened to me after COVID. I think when kulifunguliwa then I was to appear in court. I'm like nasikia Honorable Cecilia Karemi Kedenji. I'm like hii jina hii si ya Chuka, si ya Meru, si ya Kikuyu, hii ni ya kwetu. Like I was so sure, I felt home. Nilikuwa like unajua tuko wachache sana. I'm from Embu County. In Embu County I think we are a minority group. So ukisikia tu mtu wa kwenu, someone from Embu, nasikia raha, yani you feel home. Unageuka hivi unasema at least there's someone from where I come from. So Honorable Kibenji, it has been, sijui nitasema nini. Yani the journey from 2020, it has been a learning experience. Ulikuwa unatucorrect vizuri pale juu. Now we were not lucky to get employment. Juu kina manyumba walikuwa wameshafunga maofisi na wanasema sisi hatuna pesa ya kuajiri. So we had to get our way kwa practice. At least tukaribisha as green as we were. Ukuwa unatukemea, unatuliza when were you admitted and all that. Ulitufundisha actually. We've learned a lot. At least I said I can correct someone and tell someone, no, you don't do this, you do this. You've been so bubbly, you've been so loving. So I think after the COVID, ilikuwa ngumu for people to meet like this. Mbeleni, I think Madam Isika could just call Mr. Manyumba akitoka kotini, they go have lunch. After COVID, there was nothing like that. So there were no interactions. But at least you brought the unity, you brought the love. We got to interact, tukaiba mpaka kina Kazungu kutoka Mombasa, kina Moshiri. They are now part of us. Kiwinga all the way from Nairobi is now part of Taita Taveta chapter. Yes. Usingekuwa part of us, ungekuwa kule Nairobi. So, thank you. Ukienda Kitui, ni njia kwenda nyumbani. Pale si mbali. Ukisikia ni kama umefika mwisho kidogo, unakimbia tu. Home si mbali. Just go. Fikiria pika na baridi kidogo, alafu rudi kwa jua ya Kitui. Kitui is a good station. Nilikuwa naenda Nikwambi village, it's not as bad. Pia pale peleka the same energy, the same hard work. She's a hard worker. Kulingana na mimi and my ratings, na unaenda mbali. Actually, I was telling someone today that you need to be promoted. Kama utapata promotion, it should come like immediately. Jo ile kazi unafanya hapa. So we'll miss you. Na usitusahau. Ukikuwa free, umepata leave, piga tu simu. Ambia Honorable Sinkeni, can you organize? Waambie tunakuja. We'll be ready to meet you and interact with you. So, I wish you all the best. I wish you well. Na tutakumisi sana. And we love you. Na kama tushai kukosea pia, tunampa msamaha. On my own behalf and on behalf of all my colleagues. Kama tushai kukosea, tunampa msamaha. Uende na roho safi.
Kibenji.
Kibenji, yes.
And Honorable Sinkian, Bwana Idris, Smoke, tambua uwepo wako. Bwana Mushiri. Mushiri is the liaison officer for LSK Coast Branch over Voi. And then Bwana Ian. And then all my colleagues. All of you. Natambua uwepo wenu. I start with the Honorable Kibenji. When she came in 2020, we started interacting when something happened and she drew my attention to the matter. But she was calling me in my capacity as a representative of the LSK. It didn't snowball into anything big. But looking back, it makes me feel that that's the time when we started feeling like someone appreciates the role of the NSK in any way here. And from there we got inspiration to do more and grow to the point where we are interacting now with LSK Coast Branch, represented by Bwana Mushiri here. And out of our interaction with you, I have several takeaways. The communication has been mentioned. I noticed Honorable Kibenji speaks extremely good Kiswahili, and in her court, Kiswahili became entrenched. I know Honorable Sinkian does the same thing, but we started getting this feel that Voi is not just an ordinary place. It also reflects the surroundings. We are very close to Tanzania, and if we come here and speak so much English, we speak very good English, of course, but if we can communicate and appreciate the local environment and lift the people who don't speak any English or much English, I felt very comfortable in your courts, both the Honorable Benji and Honorable Sinkian. We started feeling it that way, especially when Honorable Kenenji came. And whatever has been said about you is what I would say also, that we felt that you've created the cohesion in the system, and people appreciating the judiciary more than we were doing before. I know one time someone came to court and pleaded that he needed to go home to Nakuru. I don't know whether your owner recalls. and then when we spoke to the man, he had said first of all that I need bus fare back home to Nakuru. Maybe your owner can speak to your subordinates here to raise funds for me. And then you called upon us to comment. And I think something was done for the man to go home. But what is being said about court, I've been longer in practice than my colleagues here. It's really different here from the experience I've had in other parts. A long time ago it used to be said that magistrates didn't interact with their subjects the way you do. For instance, a joke was made elsewhere, not here in Voi, but it impacts also on communication, among other things. Communication, what language is spoken in court that is understood by an accused person. So it is said that in a setting somewhere in Kikuyu land, Urima, as some people would say, someone was charged with some offense and he didn't know what was going on throughout. So the proceedings ended abruptly at some point, him not knowing what has happened. So he nudged at his neighbor and asked in Kikuyu, "Atia." So he was told, "You've been given 5 years. You've just been given 5 years." He didn't know what was going on until the time the court rose. He still didn't know what had happened. Then he's told by his neighbor that you've been convicted and you are being jailed. It's very harsh, very dramatic, extreme. It sounded like a joke. But when you compare that to what happens here, I was just commenting to Council Frida that, and also to Elizabeth, that times have really changed. Because this is not what I was experiencing in the 80s, in the 90s. Things have really changed. We still retain the same respect for you as judicial officers. And whereas Honorable Council Frida says, if we've wronged you anywhere, tunaomba msamaha. But we've appreciated your role, the role you've performed. You've made the judiciary get very well established and entrenched here. And you've made also this, created a symbiosis that the law society's role is being visibly seen to perform in Voi law courts. And I think we are spreading it to other parts. There are a lot of things that we need to do as LSK. As you well know that our number as a chapter, we call ourselves a Voi chapter, but technically we are below 50. 50 is the number that attracts the establishment of a chapter. But sometimes we've been saying that we are punching above our weight. The things we do, my learned friend Mr. Mushiri can tell you that Kwale is a legal center like ourselves in Voi and Kilifi, but we've been more active than Kwale, I believe. and almost more active than Kilifi. So we appreciate that all these things have happened while under your watch, and we appreciate, we thank you sincerely. And you go in peace and go well. We wish you God's blessings as you go to Kitui. One thing I learned about Kitui, my Mwinzi's brother, Council Mwinzi's brother was my partner. We once practiced as Manyumba Nzuki Mwinzi and Company Advocates. I learned, because they are from Kitui West, I learned that when you deal with clients, sometimes they may not have money in cash, pesa taslim. So I learned that through my experience with them, that family, and them professionally, that you can actually work for someone and ask them to give you remuneration in kind. Sometimes I heard them talking about chicken, matumbi, eggs. I thought it's workable, it can work. But you work for the person and they give you a chicken or even a goat. But I had more chicken being mentioned. So as Your Honor goes to Kitui, maybe you can encourage people who think they don't have anything to give their chicken for services to be rendered for them. Not to encourage them not to think that they are extremely poor and yet they have chicken.
Muslim will not accept.
Yes. So that's for you, Honorable Kidinji. I've appreciated you. I like you as a professional. As a person, I've appreciated you. And God bless you as you go to Kitui.
I know we met in a training sometimes back. I think our life training. So for me, it feels like you just came. You gave me a taste of what it is to have a prosecutor from the other side who has come and they know what they have come to do. Because sometimes new prosecution counsel will say, I've just come into this matter, I'm seeking an adjournment. No, Tom, no. No, Tom, no. In fact, his appointed teacher, I told him, if you continue like this, the baby will curse you. Because I would come to court, I have 5 hearings, he's ready for all 5. Okay? And sometimes circumstances would call that. Anyway, let me not say that. Yeah, so he's very efficient. Very efficient. So I was happy. I thought even if we'll do 2 or 3 hearings per day, those 3 will actually turn into something. And then just the other day when we were saying goodbye now, planning for Honorable Kithinji, I hear even Idris is going. I said, which Idris? This one that just came to court 3 the other day. I don't know how long. Miss Moke said you joined around the same time. And I had the pleasure of working with Miss Moke. I know her. I think then it goes, the people who came in that time, you're representing that lot very well. Because you do your work and you do it nice. I was disappointed when Miss Moke was gone, but quickly the disappointment disappeared. Because I met someone who is equally ready to do their job and do it well. Maybe we shall meet, because I think I'm crazy enough to have said, in case the judiciary transfers me, I don't mind to go to Lamu, I don't mind to go to Kwale, I don't mind to some other place. I don't even remember some of the places I said yes to. So we might be meeting in those areas in the next maybe 1 year or 2. So you go well and continue shining. And then I asked you, Mr. Tomo, you are coming here less than 1 month or 2, you're being transferred, and you're not appealing. I said no, he's not appealing. How good-natured is he? Is it normal? Hata umemaliza deposit. Uliweka deposit ya 3 months. You know, and he's not complaining, he's ready to go. You are a good-natured person. But I hope you see sura ya kazi hiyo ndio tumeona. I hope pia nyumbani is good-natured like that. So, good tidings. You have a good heart like that, things will work out for you, even in Peketoni. So you go and shine. We were happy to have the opportunity to say goodbye to you and say, see you around. Okay? So you're good people. I'll miss you. I don't know who is coming. Has excelled. Hii kitu ndio mnaangalia sana. Hii ni noma ni Amushiri. Ni Amushiri and company. So you can write, eh? Mr. Mwanyumba?
Yes,
you can write.
Yes, we can.
You can write.
And we shall.
Yeah. Because I know you mean every word you have
Yes.
said. Eh? Let it be known. Watch her one day when she goes for an interview somewhere, a good letter is fished out that this one came from Taveta County. This is what they said about you. And I know it is true.
Yes.
So naomba mwandike barua.
Will do.
Ifike. So that she has that chance. We already said our goodbyes to her with prayers. Because imagine we are still praying. That not necessarily that she stays in Voi, but the county is big.
Yes.
There's Voi, there's Nani, there's Taveta. So we are still praying, but we have also released you on the thing and said, let the Lord guide you. You go and shine where the light is required. If it is Kitui, the Lord has decided they need your light to shine, go and shine. Go and shine. They are blessed to have you going to serve in that station. Let me end it at that. But before I end, just to tell you how loved you are by the people of this county. Mura, you have your list of the people who send us money. How many people did we receive money? More than 30. We received contributions from more than 30. How many? 31 or 32? Eh? As of today?
33.
33. And this was something that was decided on just the other day, isn't it? Just the other day. He said, Kifinji is going. Cecilia. Inasumbua sana. CK is going. The money came in. Good money. Ile nye Jajongeri anasema, I don't know what she calls it. He has a word for it. He has a word for it.
Money like water.
Money like water. By the way, money like, what we said very soon we'll have a nickname for the church. Money like water was coming in. It was coming in nicely. Good amounts. That was a testament that the people of this county have felt what you have done for us. And may I pray, please, even though her shoes are big, for the JOs who are here to fill them, could we, in that, given what she has already started, could we continue? Could we continue what we already have going? Yeah? Don't give up on us because Kethenji has gone. Yeah? Now, we still have to hear them, eh? Still, we have to hear them. We've been saying a lot of things now. We want to hear from you.
What I wish to state today, for the short time that I've been here, I've really enjoyed the company that you people have given me and the warm welcome, including Madam here, together with our senior who's leaving us and going to Kitui. This is not the first time I've met her. We've gone for workshops together, and I've had a chance to listen to her speeches and her lectures, which are quite insightful. And one thing that I remember very well, there's a time we went together to, I think it was Manyani. We were prosecutors and magistrates. It was a very intensive workshop. And at some point, their ideas were up and down, if you remember, but he managed to calm down where we were, and it became very lively. Where I'm going, I'll be sure to call you people. Most people, when they leave a station, they forget people. Even while I was here, I was calling people in Taveta, including even officers who work together as prosecutors. Some of them were asking me for ideas. I was not telling them that I'm no longer there, I'm not going to help them. was still giving them advice. And for you who will be here, I'll be listening to you people if you want any assistance. And if I want any assistance from you, councils, I'll be asking you for advice. And thank you so much. My sister Lillian, I'm still around. We'll meet. Thank you so much.
Wow, I'm so honored for this evening. I've not been sent off from other stations. Okay. Just like you're saying, it's the first time you're sending off a judicial officer. I've been sent off by staff and judicial officers, but not by advocates. I worked in Kadara 5.5 years, and I did almost 3 years at the cooperative tribunal, and you just leave like you left without an announcement. The Judicial Review Commission and Human Rights Division, I was actually running. Sometimes practice as a judicial officer can be very rough. And sometimes you wonder, sometimes I look at, let me give an example of Mr. Mutinda. If Mr. Mutinda today is employed as a judicial officer and is sent to Kisii, should the advocates in Kisii start singing like he's come from somewhere else, from Mars? So sometimes practice can be rough. It hasn't been so in Voi. Of course, nobody is perfect. When I came here, I got a 3-pager letter. I think some of you remember. I got an application for in a land matter for injunctions and restraining orders and all that. I told them come serve and come back after 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, I got a return of service and I issued orders. The 3-pager letter that, you know those ones you write to EACC, DCI, OCJ, Karibu for President. Those ones. It's been very easy. You've made it very smooth. I wouldn't judge anybody or hold grudges because of those few incidences. We are not in a perfect society. We are not in a perfect society. I recognize when I see a new advocate, as Ms. Wambura is saying, I was also new. I was a very new judicial officer. I joined as a DM2 professional at the age of 27. That story you hear of somebody being nudged, there's a song called Serena Judge Wakandara. You heard it, Mr. Mwanyuba. It is similar to the story you're talking about. Moranga, they don't have the name Cecilia. Theirs is Serena. So there's this person who says they came to court. My hair was here. Straight. I am 27. Like Judge Ungari says, yellow, yellow. Tiny. I have grown big over the years. So the guy says he comes from, you see the setup cell. Boy does not have a cell court setup where you call one accused person from the cell to the dock and they are seeing the magistrate for the first time. And like in Boy where we sit together, they stare at you, they count your spots, your white hair strands and all that. So he says he comes in, anaitwa, walks into the dock and looks at the magistrate and starts having conversations with himself. Huyu atanifunga. Huyu ndio judge. Hapa nitajitetea. Atanifunga kifungo gani? And before he is finished with the conversation with himself, the cop tells him go back. And he's asking the cop, what has happened? Umefungwa. Oh, nishafungwa. And he's saying that when he's already back in the cells. So there's that song called Serena Judge Wakandara. It is on YouTube. And I used to laugh about it all the time because the guy was surprised. We have had conversations with quite a number, including Mr. Mwanyumba, on the basis of the understanding that when I wake up and go to work, I have a motivation. I also have my personal interests to fend for myself and my clan, just like everybody else, isn't it? And we should support ourselves on that. Where we serve Mwananchi, ensure justice is served, but I also get to fend for myself, and Mr. Musioma also gets to fend for themselves. When you have that understanding, it means that I should not make it impossible for Ms. Wambura, I should not make it impossible for any advocate. And it takes a lot of patience sometimes when you see somebody trying to take you off the wall. But then you remind yourself, you are on which side? The bench. So we agree to work on that platform, even to have these engagements. And when we leave here tomorrow morning, when Mr. Kazungu comes before me, this served its purpose. We are where we are, we understand each other better, but the file must be handled professionally. We still retain our professionalism, even after these engagements. Even if we are going to leave here tonight, tulisema tunatoka saa ngapi jamani? Baadaye tu, kesho. Karibu tukiona mwangaza. But come Monday, Your Honor, this matter is coming up for professional.
I'm not ready to proceed.
You give your reasons. You give your reasons, isn't it? And our meetings are on Friday, so by Monday you have recovered from the events of the previous Friday. So we are able to retain that professionalism and keep everything going. Odpp represented. I even don't know what the litigants out there would think, knowing that we had this meeting and went on and on and on, and we are still not compromised and everything goes on as required. My colleagues, JOs, have also been very supportive in all these engagements. Honorable Cynthia, very supportive in very many ways, a lot of consultations. When I have what if, I'll still go to her and explore options. Mediation. Can I see the list of mediators? How many mediators, how many matters are pending per mediator, at what stage are they? So I have really been keen to work with statistics. We had our PMMU last Friday, and we performed very well, especially on matters, statistics and registry management, and we appreciate that support. I appreciate your prayers, your blessings, your well wishes. Nilitumwa hapa kama SRM, you remember? But before I landed, blessings came. But Judiciary has not been able to promote because of lack of vacancies. Hakuna vacancy. When the establishment is expanded, you see, like they say, number of Court of Appeal judges is this much. We cannot employ until the number is increased in the establishment. So the same thing that is keeping some of us away from our promotions for the last 1 year. But I appreciate, the boy has brought out a very positive side of me. I hope I'll retain it in Kitui. I hope I meet good people in Kitui. But even then, I'll try. For the advocates who are not represented here, I wished I could see them. I missed them, tell them. All of them, Kentioni, Muthami, Motuka, nimeacha nani? Ratemo, Jama. I hold 0 grudges. 0 grudges. Everybody is representing their client, doing their very best. We make mistakes. And by the way, some of those judgments, we are hoping you can take them on appeal, because I also want to hear. I did my best, I applied my best judgment in a certain way. Is there a different way? Some of them even I am keen. So sometimes we are very happy when you go on appeal, so that we can also hear the opinion of the superior court. So for me, it's been a pleasure with the Oil Court staff, with yourself. We will meet again in so many other capacities. Some of you, I know you will join the bench. You may continue practicing. I never appeared before a magistrate in my life. I have never litigated. I did corporate, then joined Judiciary. And I salute your patience. What it takes to close a file. From the one mpaka hiyo file ifungwe ulipwe, coming for mentions, sijui Mr. Mwanyumba leo, sijui ako na adjournment, next time ndio ako na adjournment, next time ni court iko na adjournment. I salute counsels in private litigation. File ufungue na nyingine, and you learn your law firm, pay your employees, pay your bills, buy Mercedes. I salute you, by the way. It's not like me who does my job. I work very hard, and at the end of the day, Nangaria, if something has hit the bank. Yours takes a little bit more effort, and I salute. It's something I never did. I think sometimes that is my motivation to make sure that we are moving. So asanteni sana, continue serving the people of Taita Taveta County as you do. You're all doing your very best. Wale wageni, the seasoned and experienced one like Mr. Mwanyumba, and we learn from each other, by the way. Never assume that you are the one learning. We also learn, because you keep bringing different new things that I have not encountered. And by dealing with it, I also learn. I have been here since November 2024. 2020, sorry. November 2020 with my babies. It's been what it is. I'll miss this town. I'll miss everything about it. I hope to come back and see you people. Continue the spirit. This Mheshimiwa is capable. When I came, I think the magistrate court case load was at 3,000 matters. We were not in the same case category as Udani, which was at about 2,000. What is the number now? 900. If there are any matters that in your offices, to let any to continue before it becomes a one-man station. Isn't it? Good. And there's a shortage of JUs, isn't it? Even in other stations. Because we know the situation, we were practicing in other courts, you know. The High Court when I came was at 600 when it was a circuit court. Judge Mativo came, akafagia 200. Judge Duru came the other day, akafagia 200. Imebakia ngapi? 200. What do you do with that information? Mimi nimeongea.
I've taken it one time when you came
Thank you. Haki na nilikuja na kale kadogo kwa. Napotea.
Good job.
Kame bro. Tunafanya mpira kufika wania. Taongea hiyo story. Kame bro, kazuri sana.
Mmeanza late kidogo. Mlianza late kuja. Haya, tunafika 10.
Tembea na huyu kijana. Endelea, si rahisi bila mtu wake.